This is the first statement we are making since the Buhari administration started in 2015. You see, we as elders, Ndibo Elders Forum, decided to be quiet all this while and restrain ourselves from saying a word with the hope that things will change. But things are getting out of hand, particularly with the recent appointment of a new Inspector General of Police by President Buhari. You see, Buhari seems to forget there are three major tribes in Nigeria: Igbos, Hausas, and Yorubas. But you see, the Igbos have been the most cheated in everything, particularly under President Buhari government. Yet, Igbos contributed more than any tribe in this country in nurturing and sustaining the unity of Nigeria up to this point, and has had to be corrected. You see, the funny thing is that out of these three major tribes, Igbos are highest in population, and not Hausas, as people say. Hausas only have higher land mass. I know the people from the Republic, from Chad Republic, and the other countries share the same Islamic boundaries with them to build up their population during election period. You see, it's a known fact that outside the 5 pure Igbo states in Nigeria, in all the other 30 states and Abuja, Igbo has the second highest population next to the indigenous states in Nigeria. And apart from this, Igbos are the most patriotic among the three major tribes. And no tribes in Nigeria loves or believes more in the unity of Nigeria as Igbo tribe. Go and make inquiries. That is why everywhere the Igbos live outside their tribe, Igbos invest all they have in their whole state and almost all the states of the country. You see, I don't know how to say it. I've been trying to know what went wrong. But in spite of all our law for this country, Buhari has been punishing us. Immediately after the Civil War, the Igbos were given, 20 pounds, 10 pounds to start business all over again. The same Igbos now left their places and went to Northern States, which is their enemy territory, so to say. And even Port Harcourt, where all their properties were seized, just to show the mass spirit of love for fellow Nigerians and unity of the country. But in spite of all these sacrifices, Buhari government does not say anything good in Igbo man. Buhari has paid Igbos with hatred. Buhari has paid Igbos with injustice. Buhari has paid Igbos with marginalization in every sphere of national affairs. What did Igbo do Buhari? Did we take his wife and they will Buhari? And they will Buhari? Did we take his children? Did we take his farmland in Katsina? You see, because since he came to power in 2015, Buhari had deliberately marginalized Igbos and failed to give them their due entitlements and shares in national cake. How does one feel that in a country of three major tribes, started my attention. You see, how does one feel that in a country of three major tribes, in nearly 6 years of his government, he did not appoint a single Igbo man as a service chief? It was only yesterday, after much pressure, that he locally appointed one Igbo from South as a defense chief, which some people say is on provisional terms. You see, when everybody was expecting that an Igbo man will be appointed next IG of police now, Buhari has done otherwise once more, proving to the world that Igbo are not part of his administration. We, the Igbo Elders Forum, which I am the chairman, we are lending our voice to the protest of Ohanes and Igbo on the new appointment, which is against all expectations that the Buhari government will raise the glaring level of injustice against Igbos in appointments, which have been responsible for youth agitations in the southeast. None of the past military or civilian administration has treated Igbos the way Buhari has treated us, with ignominy and hatred. When Segun Shagari was the president of Nigeria, it was an Igbo man, a less equipment, that was his vice. And it was an Igbo man, that was the Speaker of the Federal House of Reps. But when Buhari overthrew that government, what he did was to arrest all prominent Igbos, including Ojukwu, who was not having any appointment with government, who was not in government, and was not given any contract. Then they arrested Elese, but Segun Shagari, that was the president and brother to Buhari, was under house arrest. Then, when Buhari came to power, he made an Igbo man a bit Igbo his vice. And he continued until Ambassador came again. And the Ambassador made sure that the office of the state president was for the Igbos. All through, even if we are 10 or 15 state presidents, doesn't matter. Then, the state speaker, Igbo, national chairman, national secretary of the ruling party, they were all Igbos. Then when Yar'Adua came to power, the same thing applied. He made an Igbo inspector of police and gave out using ministerial appointments. And when Yar'Adua came to power, Yar'Adua followed the same pattern. He made an Igbo chief of army staff, made an Igbo secretary of the government of the federation, and gave out juicy ministerial positions. Juicy ministerial positions. When people expected Igbo representation in government to go up, it not just go down, but disappear completely to zero. You see, not Igbo one is any of the three arms of government. Is it not an abomination? No Igbo man, any of the three military branches, is it not unthinkable? No Igbo man in the National Security Council, is it not taboo? No Igbo man, any of the three intelligence or any of the intelligence agencies. No Igbo man, any security or paramilitary agency. The only presence in Buhari's government was the several positions of chief whip and the what they call it, minority leader, and other miserable ministerial portfolios. You see, the leadership of other government departments and pastors, Igbo presence is also zero. EFCC, no Igbo. Immigration, no Igbo. Customs, no Igbo. NAFDA, no Igbo. INEC, no Igbo. NDLA, no Igbo. ICPC, no Igbo. NNPC, no Igbo. Road safety, Nigeria police, I can go on and on. What we are saying, the Ndi Igbo Elders Forum, is that since the Buhari hates Igbos and does not want us as part of this country, he should allow Igbos to leave Nigeria, since we are not good for anything in this country. You see, immediately Buhari was sworn in. Dasuki, the former security advisor to President Jonathan, was arrested on corruption charges. After several years in detention, Dasuki was released from prison without any charges. But Anigo Orisametu, who was accused of receiving money from Dasuki, was taken to court on wheelchairs and convicted because he's an Igbo man. Last 2 years, the federal government borrowed thousands of billions of naira of dollars from the Asian Bank of China for National Railway Potential Project. What happened? The whole Southeast was excluded in the railway project. While Nigeria Republic, very far from Nigeria, benefited from the railway project. It was only through the vocal protest of some Igbo senators, like Senator Abaribe and Senator Bitume, who spoke against this glaring injustice that the Minister of Transport started to make efforts to include us in next phase. Next phase is not immediate. It can be today. Next phase can be tomorrow. Next phase can be in 10 years' time. What shall I say? Where shall I start and where shall I end? You see, for how long will this Igbo hatred and violation go on? For how long? You see, as part of Buhari's hatred for Igbo, in June 2018, when he declared June 12 Democracy Day, he used the occasion to confer national honors of 3 Nigerians considered significant in the making of June 12, 1993 election, being the freest, fairest, and most credible election in Nigeria's history. While Buhari posthumously honored the acclaimed winner of the June 12, MKO Abiola, and late Jennifer Lini. He also honored Baba Ganaki Gibre, Abiola's running mate, in that election, notwithstanding that King Gibre abandoned the struggle after the annulment. The Buhari left out the real hero of that election, Professor Humphrey Omosu, who was the chairman of NED, as the National Electoral Body was called in those days. Not only was Omosu the brain behind that election that was adjudged the most transparent and credible in the history of Africa, of election in Nigeria, and all of Africa, because of the innovation and ingenuity he brought into the process. Humphrey also exhibited the uncommon courage of going ahead to announce the result, defying the political jumpers. It is instructive that June 12, 1993 election was unique in the sense that it was the first time in the history of election in Nigeria that June 12, 1993 election was unique in the sense that it was the first time in the history of election in Nigeria that no candidate went to court to contest election results from the presidential to national assembly elections. You see, by honoring the acclaimed winner of the election and his only mate, Baba Ganaki Gibre, without recognizing the ingenuity, honesty, courage, transparency, and set of character that made the exercise second to none, Buhari once again showed his hatred and injustice against everything Igbo. You see, it's only the southeast of all other states in Nigeria. Do you find hundreds of police and custom checkpoints extorting money for our people, making it difficult for our people, not all over the world as best people, to do business in Nigeria? You see, the people have only coming to say this. I will not blame anybody. Do not blame them. Because they are afraid of being arrested and put into detention for saying the truth about this government. But if at our age, as Igbo elders, and we cannot open our mouth to call evil and evil, who else will do it? Oh my God, is it our children that will say it? Or our dead parents? Injustice and wickedness of this government has made the Igbos unhappy with this government. Most of the Igbos are not happy with this government. Forget this people that are team. They are psychopaths and pretenders. You see, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot continue to keep quiet because Igbos cannot continue to die in silence in this country because of the open hatred for Igbo shown by President Buhari. The fact is, if Buhari hates Igbos to be part of this country, as is the case now, then he should allow us. He should allow us to go. Period. Simple logic. People don't want to say the truth. And they should stop testing how they can up and down. Does Buhari believe in Nigeria? Does Buhari believe in one Nigeria? Does he believe in the unity of Nigeria? Whether if so, why is it that all arms of government are under Fulani people? Chief of Army Staff is a Fulani man. Chief of Naval Staff, a Fulani man. Inspector General of Police, a Fulani man. Director General, DSS, a Fulani man. National Security Advisor, Fulani man. Defense Minister, Fulani man. Commander, NSCDC, a Fulani man. Chairman of NDLEA, a Fulani man. Director, NIA, Fulani man. Director Naval Intelligence, Fulani man. Director Immigration, Fulani man. Prison, Fulani man. These are organs, license to bear arms, our license to bear arms in Nigeria. No Igbo man, no Yoruba man, no Southerner. Thank you.